96.9 Sun FM, the Rembrandts, that's just the way it is, baby. 4:58, Todd Campbell joining you once again for this Friday, right through till 5:30 until we nick out and do the great grocery grab thanks to Foodland. Good afternoon, Richard from the Doug Anthony All-Stars. How are you, mate?
Very well, very excited to be here, Todd. Very, very happy to be in the Alice yet again.
Nothing like being in the Alice, is there? The heart of Australia, the heart and soul of it all, mate.
The heart of this great wide brown land that we call Australia, Todd.
Fantastic. Now, you're in Adelaide last night.
Yeah, we were, yes, Adelaide, wild gig in front of a bunch of Adelaide students there who were not sober.
Not sober?
No.
Ah, mate, you won't find that here in Alice Springs. Let me assure you.
No, you're a bunch of teetotalers out here.
That's right, exactly. Now, Jeffrey, pass me that UDL. Thank you very much, my man. Now, Richard wants the Coke. I want the lemonade. Can you open it for me, please? This is Jeffrey.
You're rude.
Jeffrey Leslie's love child, Nilsson. Production man come announcer extraordinaire.
Wow, I want to meet Leslie by the looks of you, Jeff.
It started for you guys back at the university, didn't it? Aussie National Uni in Canberra?
Australian National, yes, that's right. We sort of were doing gigs around there. We're actually from Canberra.
Yeah.
Paul went to the art school there. I went to the university, and Tim was, how shall I put this, a unemployed actor.
Ah, yeah, an unemployed actor. In between jobs.
In between jobs, yeah. Wearing an orange sheet and had long hair and was prancing around preaching city yoga to people.
Well, I can understand that. I've been to Canberra and not much else happens. I mean, you have to make your own fun in Canberra.
Oh, yes, Canberra. It's so provincial compared to wild, happening Cosmo Alice Springs, isn't it?
Mate, it happens here in Alice Springs. We just haven't got those triple X and triple whatever rated bookshops and all that.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Hey, we don't need it. We don't. Look, when did you decide to call the Doug Anthony All-Stars? I mean, did Doug Anthony move you that much? Was he just an inspiration to your life?
We've actually given out many stories about how we've called ourselves the Doug Anthony All-Stars. We're particularly fond of giving out a story in Britain when we're over there that Doug Anthony was the Labor Prime Minister of Australia. He was a great reforming Kennedy-esque figure who was assassinated in office by the CIA in the 11th of November 1975. And people get very upset when they realise they've never heard of such an incident. They just say it's typical British ignorance, really, of Australian politics.
They are an ignorant lot, aren't they?
They're bath dodgers.
They're bath dodgers.
Yeah.
And how do they take you guys over there? I mean, they like you? Do English like people in general?
They do. The wonderful thing about playing to the English is that, God bless them, they never ever have sex in their entire lives. So it's wonderful. You don't have to do jokes for them, which of course we don't do. We don't do jokes. Our humour's quite facile, I think. We're the first to admit it. So it's quite good. All you need to do is mention sex, and they get all giggly and silly and sweet.
Talking of English sex, I guess I have to mention the Crown Jewels. Have you heard the rumours, the stories?
Oh, sorry, mate, shouldn't have worn shorts in, I suppose.
Yeah, can you put those away? No, seriously, it's pretty hard to be serious about, but, you know, the press these days, what do you think of them picking on the royal family, and what's the opinion of the royal family over there? And the Doug Anthony All-Stars view, too. Throw that in.
We think there's a burgeoning Republican movement, even in the UK now as we speak, and we think that's grossly fair on those poor little royals. We think if they get kicked out of England, they can come and live here. They can come and live here and maybe even set up their own little palace, bring Windsor Castle brick by brick to the Alice, to this great heart of this great brown land of ours that we call Australia, and rule by decree from here.
5 o'clock at the Sun, you're listening to Richard from the Doug Anthony All-Stars. The other two guys are around town somewhere, so look out. We'll talk to him in a minute, right after this. 96.9 Sanity, Deaf Right, there we go. Fisher Z, the perfect day. Todd Campbell here in the afternoon for you. Joining me is Richard from the Doug Anthony All-Stars. Mate, we were talking before about this tour. What is this tour called?
It's called Dead and Alive, and it's pretty much a similar show to the one that's on the video that's out in the stores now as well. Video, CD, cassette,
Dead and Alive. The theme being one moment you're alive and one moment you're gone? Or?
The theme being necrophilia, but I don't suppose we can talk about that, can we?
No. I've read a bit of your publicity. Amazing to hear your view on where the clitoris came from.
Yes, it came from Cleo magazine. It was invented by them in the 70s to make men feel terrible.
I never believed in it. Look, I'll tell people about today's weather because you blow me away. They're fine day on the way to 23 degrees. I don't think we'll get there at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Sitting on 20. What was weather like in Adelaide?
Cold, dismal, dreary.
Lovely to be in the sunny centre.
Lovely to be in the sunny centre in this beautiful centre of the brown land that we call Australia.
That's right, and it's a musical show, isn't it? People should appreciate the cabaret that goes into it.
It's musical, that's right. It's not exactly Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, but it's lively. There are feathers, there are naked breasts, which are our own, of course, that we'll be exposing.
Any nipple piercing going on here?
No, but
excuse me.
But no, I shouldn't talk about it really. No nipple piercing. No.
There's this guy that gets around Australia that lifts weights, and he's got a pierced part of his anatomy.
Yes. He's part of the Jim Rose Circus, I think, which is an American actor, and he's Mr. Lifto. Yes. Yeah, I've seen him. I saw him perform in Edinburgh. It was pretty wild.
The Doug Anthony All-Stars ever going to branch off and do that sort of stuff? Maybe one of the other guys could.
Branch off is the correct word too, I think, in that case. Not for the foreseeable future.
The other guys aren't listening. What do they like to work with?
Those guys. What can I say about them except they're no.
You can't really say anything.
They're coming along nicely.
They hang a bit on you. They sort of sometimes, like I've watched on the ABC, they gang up on you, hang a bit on you, and I don't know. You're not the nerd of the Doug Anthony All-Stars, are you?
I've got no idea what you're talking about. I've not noticed anything. I've been treated very, very well. They're feeding me regularly. I'm taken out to nice places.
Oh, that's great.
And I get a lovely cup of tea after every show.
Oh, that's lovely. Like big brothers to you, are they?
Yeah, that's what they're like. Or like dirty old uncles to me, I think, is what they're like.
Mr. Bubbles inspired.
Yes, that's what they call themselves, yeah.
It's not really a family show, though, is it? I mean, necrophilia... different views on, other than the medical industry's view of where the clitoris came from?
Well, it depends what your family's like, I suppose.
How did they handle you overseas with these sort of views? In Ireland, particularly. I think you got an interesting story out of Ireland.
Well, we did a tour of Ireland not so long ago, and part of that was to go to Belfast and play in the Belfast Festival, which of course we were very interested in, and that was of course well before this current IRA ceasefire, so tension's still running pretty high in the town, but we were actually able to bring the religious community in Belfast together in a rare moment of ecumenicism.
Made them agree on something.
We made them agree because after our first gig we were very, very pleased to see on the front page of the local newspaper in Belfast complaints from our shows from both the local Catholic bishop and a very, very notable Anglican Baptist minister, I should say, who was a friend of Ian Paisley's. So they both hated our act because the show at the time was called The Satan Show.
The Satan Show?
Yes. Where we sort of, we did basically impersonations of satanic rituals.
A quick one now, perhaps?
In 20 minutes, everyone wanted to take their clothes off.
Oh, excellent. Yeah. That's the sort of ritual I like.
That goes for you too, Todd.
Oh, thank you very much. And so it didn't go down too well. You made them unite on one front, that you were evil.
Yes, that we were evil. And
well, in that case, Richard, let me raise this. Are you representing Australia overseas well? I mean, you know, you come back to rave reviews, the Doug Anthony All-Stars over there, comedy, Australian talent, but what are you doing to our image over there?
Well, I suppose that's the reason why we're in Alice Springs at the moment.
Hiding.
Yeah. I mean, we could be in New York, of course, doing a theatre season, but we're not, and we're in the Alice.
You're listening to Richard from the Doug Anthony All-Stars, 12 after 5, Todd Campbell here. And Richard, you mightn't be aware of this, but the other day I journeyed up the road to a little town called Wycliffe Well, 400 k's out of town, and I saw a UFO. And this is big news in the Alice.
I saw something about that on the news. So what? Did it move around?
It moved around. It fell down out of the sky, stopped, hovered, flew across the night sky, went past this other orange one that had taken our view. And this isn't in the sky, actually. This is out beyond the horizon. Went across and just took off, out,
moved at right angles and all that stuff they're supposed to do.
It did strange stuff that jets don't do.
Wow.
So, anything like that ever happened to you?
On the way past the airport, I could have sworn I saw a World War II bomber with its crew intact inside.
So, what my point was, though, the Territory is an amazing place. And you guys, when were you last here?
Nearly 3 years ago, as I recall, in late 1991.
And how do you find an Alice Springs audience?
How do you find? Oh, well, I could say the old tango, like you open the door to the venue and there they are. How do we find them? They're good as gold. They're little lambs. They're sweethearts. We were expecting the most crude and sort of, you know the way big city folk who really know nothing.
Stereotype of us.
We had a stereotype, and that's typical of us big city idiots who walk into town, don't know anything about Alice, the real Alice, the people that live here, the integrity of the townsfolk. We've got no idea. We're big city idiots, and we're proud to admit it. And we were proven wrong. Alice people are gorgeous. They're warm-hearted, kind, friendly.
Oh, look, you're getting me excited.
And a bit sexy.
Here's Robert Palmer at the Sun. 96.9 Sun FM, Bobby Palmer, that's the girl you want. Richard, you were saying that's an old Devo song, is
I think it is. I'm sure Devo did it about 10 years ago, yeah.
Did it better, or you like that version?
No, I have to say they did it better, yeah.
You reckon? I reckon that was a pretty hot version.
No, I don't.
I think it's from a movie or something, anyway. Overseas, you knock around many famous people in America. You said you could have had, booked in New York.
Yeah, but we said Alice, bugger it, we'll go to the Alice instead. No, we did a series over in the UK called Viva Cabaret, which was on Channel 4 in the UK, and we met all sorts of interesting people there. Tom Jones Jones was a regular on it.
Hey,
and we met
excellent.
the Big Tom. Yeah.
Oh, did you do any Tom Jones songs in the show? Has he influenced you?
Yeah,
He's
of course
influenced me.
Oh yeah, of course. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Not unusual.
We did a bit of a song with him in the pub afterwards, which was fun. We just jammed around with him.
Yeah,
We did the
fantastic.
song "You Don't Miss Your Water Till Your Well Runs Dry" because he likes to hang around and have about a drink or 20 after the performance, and so he was there with his
Being
son.
a true
who's his
Welshman.
manager. Being a true Welshman, yeah, likes to sink a couple,
And he likes to hang around the fellas. Is he like going through a midlife crisis? Maybe once his age sort of like.
He's gone to fat, yes. He's gone to fat, yeah. He's not looking too bad, but he has gone to fat a bit.
Yeah.
And we met Terence Trent D'Arby as well.
What's he like?
He's a ponce.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, he's an absolute ponce.
And he can't sing either.
No, he can't sing, no.
Hey, no, hang on. We play him here at the Sun. He's one of the centre's hottest music mix. He's great.
Yeah, okay, mate. All
I
right.
just pulled out the extra testy then. That's
And we met Eartha Kitt, the fabulous Eartha Kitt.
yeah.
Yes, Catwoman from Batman.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
And she was fab. She was
Did she
gorgeous.
reveal her age? I know it's not something you ask her. Or a lady.
No. I mean, we didn't
I
enter
reckon
her
she's
dressing room.
about 67 or something.
Yeah, she's about that. Yeah.
And how
yeah.
old does she look?
She looks fantastic. She was actually in amazing shape. She still got the voice, still had all the moves.
Yeah.
Had all these two dancers she was performing with very, very scared because she was being very demanding towards them and asking them for all sorts of things.
Yeah. And who else have you met? That's about it?
No,
That you remember?
Yeah, just off the top of my head. I think, yeah.
And talking
Boy
about...
George.
how's he going these days?
Boy George has got a bit of a thing for Paul in our group.
Has he?
Yeah.
Which one's Paul? Hang on.
He's the short one with the
short-
who's having a bad
in
hair
the middle?
day. Yeah,
The
the
short
middle guy.
Davey looking one.
Yeah, the one with the bad hair. Yeah.
Really?
Boy George has got a bit of a thing for
Boy
him.
and Paul.
Yeah.
Paul's a great guitarist too. Maybe they could get together in our jam.
Paul's never picked up a guitar
Hasn't
in
he?
his life.
Oh, right. No, sorry. He's the singer then.
Yeah. I'm the guitarist, and,
sorry.
Tim's the dancer.
Oh, Tim's the dancer.
Yeah.
He's the go-go girl.
Yeah.
And Eartha Kitt is looking marvellous, and she's been a dancer all her life. How do you think you'll be looking after maybe another 10 or 20 years in comedy? Will you survive? Can you survive? What's it like?
We'll be dead. We're planning to have a
Don't say that.
No, we're planning to have a terrible coach crash on the way to a gig in about 5 years' time.
What a way to go. Oh, you got to make it a plane crash. Do it in style.
Oh no, something squalid like a coach crash is more our speed, I think.
More seedy, is it?
That's what we're worth, I think.
You guys must be worth a fortune these days. Did you ever think you'd seriously make a living out of being blasphemous, racist? No, not racist, really. Sexist.
No.
Occasionally sexist.
I deny we're sexist.
I mean, I've heard
deny it.
I've heard some groups sort of claim that, maybe a little bit sexist.
No, absolutely not. No.
Do you worry about being politically correct in your show?
We are very politically correct, and if
yeah.
anyone is more politically correct than we are, we'll move.
Are you more politically correct than Alexander Downer?
Much more politically correct than him.
But you're not as funny.
No, Alexander. What a sense of humour on the guy. He's so mad. I mean, the real offence that he made was not the things that batter joke, which was a bit lame to begin with. It was the other jokes that went like the coalition's footwear policy will be the thongs that matter. Compare that with what Paul Keating said about the whole speech when it was released to him in Tokyo. He said, "This thing's the mills and booms of politics." He said, "Of course, it's supposed to be a great grand document blueprint for Australia." He said, "I got across the thing in 20 minutes and still had time to finish my sushi," which I thought that's a real put down. I think
That's a bit of an insult, isn't it?
Yeah,
But he's got a great command of words, the old Prime Minister.
the Prime Minister does. He's also got a gag writer writing his speeches for him.
Does he?
Yeah. Remember the Gillies report on the ABC?
Oh, yes.
One of the script writers for there is his speechwriter.
Because he's come out with some clever lines. Remember once he was dead set caught out in a turnaround about policy, and then he smiled, flashed his Italian-looking face, and sort of said, "Well, Greg Louganis got a gold medal for doing a backflip at the Olympics." And I think mine was a nice effort. The guy's got style.
Yeah.
But being from the ABC, not from the ABC, but it's like rising up publicly through the ABC, do you think there's a bit of a political bias happening out there? I mean, are they a little bit left, the ABC?
The ABC tend to let us get away with whatever we want.
Yeah.
So the ABC tend to provide a forum for pretty much what anyone wants to say. They don't tend to clamp down on it. So we were obviously very supportive of that.
Yeah.
So we found we could, on the one hand, make extreme left-wing statements and extreme right-wing statements on the other hand.
You swung both ways, didn't you? I mean, you said some...
Swinging both ways. Oh, well,
Well, I've heard about those after-gig parties.
Well, have you? I haven't been invited to any of those yet.
Don't the boys invite you back to your own party? I mean, come on, you're a pretty integral part of the Doug Anthony All-Stars. What would they be without you, Richard? They'd have to be the Alexander Downer All-Stars or something.
Something like that. I
I think that's what... You're the Doug Anthony of the All-Stars. That's sort of... You know, do you have a jacket, one of those country tweed jackets?
That's hurtful. That's hurtful, Todd. That's hurtful.
I didn't mean that.
I'm down here. I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding here at the moment, Todd.
Oh, I won't get into any more about that. 5:22. You wake me up to come out here, you know. They phoned up and said, Todd, you got to come and interview the Doug Anthony All-Stars.
Well, it's all bloody work, and here, isn't it?
All no play.
Absolutely. That time you started getting up of the morning, young Todd, I think.
What can the punters expect tonight?
The punters can expect a nice family show, a kinder, gentler Doug Anthony All-Stars. We'll be talking about the family, the importance of the family, things that matter.
Things that matter.
Hey, don't make sexist jokes like that, mate. It's a serious problem.
Sorry.
It's totally inappropriate to make.
Oh, but I'm a DJ. You can
no, that's completely inappropriate. I've no track with that comment.
Music?
There'll be music. There will be music. Yes, it'll be a very musical evening.
What about that? I remember one night watching, not Das Capitella, it was a big gig, I think, and you did the most haunting, and I've got to compliment you. It was the most haunting spiritual version of I've heard it on the grapevine. I heard it on the grapevine. It was magnificent, and it's just like, it wasn't funny, but it was in such great context to, you know, all the things that were happening around. I mean, is that part of it too? I mean, is that deliberate, or is these things just happen?
Well, no, it just sort of happened because actually that was supposed to be a gag song. That was supposed to be a gag song.
You remember what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do. We were standing there completely straight doing it. But what we actually had planned was about 3 minutes of fart noises to be coming through on a sound effects thing, and it just didn't work. So it sort of came out straight, which is not what we wanted at all. And people said how moved they were by the whole thing, which is nice. But my God, it would have been a killer sketch with those fart noises.
Maybe better luck next time.
Well, yeah.
The audience got to smell it at least.
No, they were from a machine, mate. I mean, we wouldn't do that to our audience.
Oh, for sure. Alice Springs, you're listening to Richard from the Doug Anthony All-Stars. He's about to nick off and have a beer with me. And I'm about to, after that, head down to the great grocery grab, and I'll be down there with Shirley, who's one of Minutes Free shopping at food discounters on the North Stewart Highway. Be seeing you there very, very soon, Shirley. Start limbering, start stretching. Maybe we could give you a Minutes Free shopping.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'd like to encourage all those men in Alice Springs to re-examine their identities as male creatures and to re-examine their attitudes towards women and to smarten themselves up.
Are they your final words? Because we've got to play a song.
But,
mate, big pleasure talking to you. Thanks for dropping in. You just jumped off a plane and come down and said hello. I hope you have a great gig tonight and come back to the Alice as many times as you can. Because,
absolutely, Todd. Always loved coming to the Alice, this great, beautiful brown capital of a great brown land we call Australia.
5:24 at the Sun.